Hello again, everybody. It's Mr. Hall coming back at you for another iPad photography lesson. So this is lesson number 4, and in today's lesson we're really going to mix it up. So in today's lesson we are going to create abstract photography. Abstract. So abstract is, in distinction to, is the opposite of representational. So in an abstract piece of visual art, the actual object is not immediately known or recognized. When we create abstract photography, we're largely looking for elements of objects or elements in the natural world rather than an object itself. There are 5 or 6 different elements we'll be on the lookout for as we create our abstract photography. These elements happen to be abundant, you see lots of them, throughout the designed world. So whether that's architecture or machines or furniture, nearly anything that humans build are going to have some of these features. Now, we're looking for lines, patterns, colors, textures, and shapes. Lines, patterns, colors, textures, and shapes. I'll go through some examples with you, and then you can go create your own abstract photography. We're going to look for colors, shapes, lines, textures, and patterns. So for instance, if we arranged something like this, you can see that there are bright colors and also lines. And maybe even the wood background provides a little texture. So sometimes these themes will overlap. Many of the images that you take in today's exercise will wind up looking abstract. An abstract image is one that does not immediately have an association with the object in the world. Now, we may see in the abstract image some light, some lines, some colors, some texture, some pattern, but the image won't easily be identifiable as the object. Let's take a look. So in this image we see some very bright lines, some dark lines, some dark, deep shadows, deep blues, light blues, almost white, almost pure black. And it's not clear whether these are beams of light, thin pieces of paper, string, and that's kind of the point. As we create these abstract photos today, we want the photograph to have a little bit of mystery. So if we pulled back and just looked at this object, it would look like that. And that would be a perfectly suitable photo if we were doing our product photography. But we want it to be more abstract. So this is a very creative exercise. And painters in the past have created abstract paintings. Paintings that don't represent something out in the world. That doesn't look like a chair or a mountain or a portrait. So for your photos, you might look for any one of these 5 or 6 themes. Colors. We might just want to see something that's really colorful, or perhaps something that has colorful lines, or perhaps another element we're looking for are lines. They don't need to have any color other than black or gray or white. The lines can converge or not. The lines can be horizontal or vertical. Try to take 8 to 10 to 12 pictures in each theme. We're looking at some line photos here. Another option is to take photos of shapes. So obviously that's a circle in there, so I might go then look for a few other circles to take pictures of and try to capture other circles or squares. Now, a fourth element that you want to look for are textures. Textures are generally images that when you look at the image, you know that if you touch that particular object, it probably wouldn't feel like an iPad screen. It might be rough, it might be soft, it might be bumpy, knitted, might be furry, it might have small little bumps that you can feel and ridges. It might be old and dry and flaky. And notice with a lot of these textural shots, we're very close up, which is an example of doing a macro shot. So you want to also look around for patterns and try to capture photos that show a pattern somewhere, something that's repeated, an element that you can see repeated over and over again, like the use of these circles, or the use of that design, or the polka dots, or the shapes in the bench, or the pattern that's represented there, or there, or there. Now, the one other element that you might try to bring to the table, we have patterns, textures, shapes, colors, and lines, and sometimes they'll overlap. So an image like this has a nice set of colors, those two colors, a very interesting pattern, and texture. That's simply changing the angle, the perspective when you take the photo can make a normal object look abstract. All right. I hope you enjoy creating abstract photography.